And welcome back to the Upside Sports Network. My name is Michael. Appreciate you guys joining us on a busy Thursday evening. And a lot of you guys are out there watching the Lions versus Packers game. That game has turned into a little bit of a blowout, at least late in the first half, with the Lions having a huge lead there. But the Texas Rangers play a huge one tonight against the Seattle Mariners with a chance to clinch their spot in the postseason. Meanwhile, Seattle certainly has fallen on tough times over the last week. They really had a chance to control their own destiny, even win the division, but it looks like the Texas Rangers are all but assured of winning that spot now. Seattle's going to have to do everything they can in the series against Texas to be able to stay in contention for even a wild card spot, and even at that, it's unlikely that they make the postseason. But they're going to have to win out, and it starts tonight. Let's get into it. Now, the big matchup tonight is Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners with Jordan Montgomery going for Texas. Saw the same matchup less than a week ago on Saturday. Texas won that matchup 2-0. I actually was at the ballpark for that one. That was a very special game for Adolis Garcia. He was fantastic for the Rangers. He was my player of the game. Jordan Montgomery was dominant for the Rangers, 7 innings pitched. And so far tonight, Logan Gilbert has been very accurate so far. He did give up a few walks in that start to the Texas Rangers, something he does not usually do. So far, so good, though, as he gets both Marcus Semien and Corey Seager here to start the game. 3-2 now, the count to the third place hitter in the lineup today, Nathaniel Lowe. Has seen his average drop a little bit over the last week or two. Hitting .264 now, and he swings and misses at that one, but just caught a piece of it, it looks like, as he tapped that one underneath the legs of the catcher. Back to the screen, and we'll do it again. Following him, it'll be Adolis Garcia, Josh Young, Jonah Heim, Mitch Garver, Leody Tavares, and Evan Carter. 8th pitch of the at-bat here. Lifted foul down the third base line, and we'll do it again. I will say this for Nathaniel, he's at least making Logan Gilbert work. Probably one of the most accurate pitchers in this Seattle Mariners rotation right now, as far as avoiding, non-competitive pitches. The 3-2 once again, right in the wheelhouse for Nathaniel Lowe, and he fouls it back to the screen. He's got a... It's not often you get a pitch right where you want it, right in that home run stroke, and that's exactly where that one was for Nathaniel, but not able to keep it fair. We'll do it again. Right on the inside corner, a little bit off the plate inside, but Gilbert gets the call. That one was right there at the inside corner, And we'll see how this one goes. Looks like a little bit wider of a zone so far today. But the Rangers are retired in order. We go to the bottom half of the first inning. 0-0 our score. It'll be J.P. Crawford, who led off the game for the Mariners last night with a home run, followed by Julio Rodriguez and Eugenio Suarez. Teoscar Hernandez is out in right. Cal Raleigh as the catcher today. Dylan Moore, the start in left. Ty France at first. Haggerty, the designated hitter, and Caballero is your second baseman for the Mariners. Checking in on some of the other scores from around baseball today. The Cubs had a big one anyway, going against the Atlanta Braves today. They were neck and neck anyway with the Miami Marlins for the final wild card spot on the NL side. Meanwhile, Atlanta, looking to complete the sweep against them, leads 5-3 in the top of the 8th. Meanwhile, Miami looks like they're ahead of the Mets right now. 2-1. They are in a delay at the moment. Detroit smoked Kansas City. Some bit of news anyway in the AL playoff picture is that the Minnesota Twins now no longer have the ability to get the first round bye with their loss to the Oakland A's today by a score of 2-1. That means the winner of the American League West will get that first round bye. That was all but assured pretty much a week ago, but now it is official. The winner of the division will get that first round bye, and the loser ultimately is likely to face either Toronto or Minnesota in that first round series and have to go on the road in order to advance. So Texas looking to lock things up here. Montgomery takes the hill, 182 and two-thirds innings pitched so far this season. That's a career high for Jordan Montgomery. We'll see how he performs with these extra innings. He's going to get a hefty payday this offseason. Rangers are going to have to pony up if they want to keep him, and they have a lot of holes in this starting rotation. You look at the rotation of what they've had to do the last couple of months, it's been a mash unit. Mentioned that quite a few times last night. They're in the series finale against the LA Angels, but he's been nothing but consistent for the Rangers since he's come aboard. First pitch strike there on the outside corner. The 0-1 looping curveball on the inside corner, fouled back and out of play. 0-2. Crawford hitting .264, 18 home runs, 59 RBIs, and an .813 OPS. Montgomery trying to see if he can get him to chase. Misses outside with that one, 1-2. Put out a few videos today, a couple about baseball, and if you guys want to check those out, you're more than welcome to. Discussing what was going on with the New York Yankees, what they're going to do after the season, changes that they need to make, etc. You guys can check that one out on our YouTube page if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe and like if you haven't already as well. Got 17 of you guys with us already, and we're only 8 minutes into our live. So appreciate you guys joining us once again. The 1-2 pitch here. Well inside, and it's now 2-2 to the Mariners' leadoff hitter. Umpire trying to get loose back there. The 2-2. Grounder up the middle. Seager waits for it. Fields it on the second base side of second base and flips it on to first for the first out of the inning. Julio Rodriguez, the Mariners' best player this season, leads the American League in hits at the moment, is up next. Defense for you, Carter in left, Tavares in center, Garcia in right. Young, Seager, Simeon, and Lowe around the infield for Texas, and Jonah Heim once again gets the start behind the plate. This one misses high. I figured Jonah would get the start tonight, but I'm expecting him to miss 2 of the next 3 games, at least defensively. They might put him in there at DH, but I'm expecting them to at least get him off his feet here a little bit in this Mariners series if they can lock things up here in the next game or 2. 1-1 as Rodriguez pounds that one back to the screen. Hitting .280 on the year, 31 home runs, 102 RBIs. Unable to lay off of that one, but they call it a strike anyway. Not sure if they're saying it was a strike or if he just went around. In either event, it is now 1-2 after that one was up and in to Rodriguez. The set by Montgomery and the pitch. 93-mile-an-hour fastball right at the knees, down the middle, and he gets it past him. That's going to be the first strikeout of the game for Montgomery, and there are two away here in the bottom of the first. The Houston Astros are idle tonight, so the Rangers will not have the ability to put away the division if the Astros were to lose tonight. But as things stand, they can at least cut that magic number down to 1. What that means is either any combination of either a Ranger win or an Astros loss would result in them winning the American League West. First pitch, looping curveball right on the outside corner. 0-1 now to Suarez. Very susceptible to strikeout here. However, he does have some significant power, 21 home runs on the year. The 0-1 misses well outside, 1-1. For the Rangers, though, they would like to go into the postseason with some momentum. They've certainly played well over the last couple of weeks, specifically against the AL West, and even more specifically against the Seattle Mariners team. They played some good baseball as of late. That one misses well inside now, 2-1. But like I said, this Rangers team certainly could use some rest. They could use some health, honestly, especially in that starting rotation. They got Josh Sborz back. They activated him off the injured list yesterday. He did not appear in the game. However, we did see him throwing in the bullpen in the 9th inning should the game get even further out of hand. But Jose Leclerc came in to lock things down in the 9th of a 5-0 victory for Texas against the Angels. 2-2 now against Suarez as he lifts that one foul down the first base line. Montgomery is set, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout there. Montgomery gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. And 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. No runs, no hits, no errors for either team so far. We go to the top of the second. 0-0 our score. For the Rangers, they will have Garcia, Young, and Heim duo. Garcia, of course, really having a career year, honestly, in all categories. Would like to see that average just a little bit higher if you're going to nitpick one thing. But he's been very effective both at laying off some of those chase pitches so far this year, really decreased his strikeout rate from what we saw last year. And we saw with the injury, it's allowed him to kind of refocus his efforts in that area. We saw last year at the end of the season, he kind of regressed a little bit and started swinging wildly at some pitches well outside of the zone. Now with the injury, kind of allowed him to kind of calm his mind down and at least get back to what he was doing at the beginning of the year. But he's certainly mashing the ball for the Texas Rangers. Rangers are going to have some interesting decisions after the season as to what they want to do with their outfield alignment, and then even further in 2025, especially when you consider Evan Carter, Leody Taveras, Wyatt Langford, Adolis Garcia, and whoever else they might decide that they want to put in the outfield, Ezekiel Duran, Justin Foscue. You know, they've got some outfield talent that they could put out there. It's just a matter of what outfield alignment they see is best for them going forward. But Adolis Garcia, I believe, at least for this year and next, is going to hold things down in right field. So, hitting .245 on the year, OPS of .834, but he's done a lot of good for the Rangers in the middle of this lineup, knocking in a lot of runs. This Rangers offense as a whole was uniquely good in the first couple of months of the season. In fact, MLB history would have told you that the Rangers offense just was not sustainable for the level of production that they were getting. Their runners, or their effectiveness with getting runners in after they get into scoring position was off the charts. On par with some of the best New York Yankees teams from even the 20s, and that was not sustainable as good as they had been. This is a little bit more of what we expected to see from the Rangers. Not the lows from late August, early September, but right around now is about the team we expected to see, and now we're starting to see them get on a little bit of a roll as Garcia takes that one low for ball 1 as we're started here in the top of the second inning. Fastball 97 miles an hour. A little bit up in the zone, but Garcia just taking all the way there. 106 RBIs for Garcia so far this year. He is 5 behind Kyle Tucker for the American League lead. That one misses well outside the zone, low and away. Able to hold back on the swing is Garcia, and it's 2-1. If you're a Mariners fan, I know you got to be happy with Logan Gilbert being on the mound for you. He's been very effective for the Mariners so far this season. Really has taken quite a stride for them, especially when you consider this team. I counted them out because of the injury to Robbie Ray. I thought they didn't have enough pitching at the top of the rotation to be able to get it done. I thought they would be able to develop some pitching, but they've really kind of carried this team. And then the offense really came on hot in August, and that's what spurred them back into contention. But looks like it might die out here at the end of the season. But they've been very effective so far, getting some good performances from Bryce Miller, Logan Gilbert, among others. George Kirby's had a nice season as well for them. Luis Castillo's kind of the veteran ace of this staff, but they've gotten some very nice production out of that starting staff, especially when you consider Robbie Ray was penciled in to be your 1A, 1B starter ace of this team coming into the season, and you've basically been without him the entirety of the season, much like the Rangers have been without DeGrom for the majority of the season. Tapped foul, and it remains 2-2 here on Garcia. One thing the Rangers hitters have done over the last 24, 48 hours is they're starting to take a lot more pitches, working counts a little bit deeper, something you're going to have to do in the postseason. The 2-2 pitch, 97 above the zone, lifted back and out of play by Garcia, and we'll do it again. Gilbert already up to 28 pitches through an inning plus. He's been very effective, though, 19 strikes out of those 29 pitches, make it 20 strikes. The eighth pitch of this at-bat, little nubber foul off of the catcher, and they'll all kind of take a walk around to give him a moment to catch his breath. That one might have caught him right on the top of the knee, just above the pad. Still giving him some time here. Gilbert's ready to go. He doesn't want to lose his rhythm. You look at the innings pitched by Gilbert last year, 185. This year, 185. It's going to add up a little bit here today with whatever he gets, so it will be a career high for him. But they've certainly found themselves an ace in Logan Gilbert, I believe. I think he is going to be one of the most formidable pitchers in the American League for the next 10 years, so good on them for being able to develop this pitcher in what was thought to be a down year after the injury to Robbie Ray. But they said not so fast, and they've really come a long way with him and Kirby there in that starting rotation. Swing and a miss there by Garcia, but a good at-bat nonetheless. 3 strikeouts now for Gilbert through an inning and a third. Josh Young due up next. 271 average, 23 home runs, 70 RBIs, and a 795 OPS. Takes a strike right at the knees. Kind of I guess you'd call it a sinker. Looked a little bit low on the pitch cam anyway, but the movement on that one might have fooled the umpire to thinking that was a good one. The 0-1, little tapper out to short. Crawford up with it and makes a strong throw over to first. France receives, and that's the second out here in the top of the second inning. Showing the spray chart of the Rangers' home runs so far this year. 231 to be specific, leads the American League. Jonah Heim hitting 261 on the year. Takes outside for ball 1. 96 mile an hour fastball there from Gilbert. Mitch Garver waiting on deck. Heim lifts this one high but foul down the third base line. 1-1. Appreciate you guys joining us. Thank you guys for the likes already. Appreciate that. The 1-1. High fastball right at the top of the zone. Lifted. Pretty much popped up straight into the air. Drifts out into left field, and making the catch there is Moore for the third out of the inning. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for Texas, and the same for Seattle. Just want to keep an eye on that Marlins game and Cubs game. If the Cubs lose and the Marlins win, Marlins would then jump into sole possession of that final NL wild card spot. I know a lot of you guys are, American League focused right now, but you're going to have to play somebody in the World Series, and it's very likely going to be the Atlanta Braves. But be curious to see who ultimately gets there. My prediction being Atlanta, but you could see pretty much any combination of those teams in there. Any team can get hot at this time of year. You run into what do they say in baseball anyway? The momentum is as good as the next day's starter. I'll put it that way. Offensively, you'd like to be able to keep things rolling from game to game, but when you get on those losing streaks during the regular season, you have your ace come up after you've lost 4 in a row. For the Rangers, that would have been Jacob deGrom earlier this year, and you knew it was a win even if you had been struggling recently, and just kind of shakes you out of that rut that you were in. In the postseason, you only really have a short series. You're not going to be able to throw that guy out there twice, so you can count on him once, and maybe twice if you can get it. Very rarely have we seen a starting pitcher take the ball 3 different times as the starter and go any length of time. And the list of guys who have successfully done that is literally, you can name them on one hand. So, got to be effective with that lineup. Got to have a solid, deep bullpen. Got to have a quick trigger just in case, the starter that you throw out there doesn't have it that day. You can't let him just eat up some innings like you would in the regular season. You got to make that decision quickly and take him out before it costs you 4, 5, 6 runs. You get behind in a postseason game by 3, 4, 5, after 1 or 2 innings, it gets very difficult to win that game later on, especially with how hyper-focused these teams are, platooning players, mixing right and left. Now, the pitch clock rules and the 3-batter minimum will have an effect on that, sure, but these teams are very specialized nowadays to where they can handle those types of situations. Back for the bottom of the second anyway. First pitch here from Montgomery to Hernandez. Misses outside, 1-0. This one misses down in the dirt. 2-0 now. Hernandez having a really great second half of the year. Was thought as a guy who might have been DFA'd around the trade deadline if he couldn't figure things out. But what a godsend he has been for this lineup. Really kind of spurred them along. And a chilly night there in Seattle. Another one misses outside. It's now 3-0. Hernandez is not afraid to take a walk here. See if he has a green light, and he does. 92-mile-an-hour cutter on the inner half of the plate. Fouled off. 3-1 now. Nice changeup on the outside corner. Swing and a miss by Hernandez. Count is now full. And another strikeout there by Montgomery. Nice pitch right at the top of the zone. Hernandez was already starting to walk back before the pitch even crossed the plate. Just an impressive pitch there by Montgomery. That's his 3rd strikeout of the game. Oh and 1 here to Cal Raleigh. Had a huge 3-run home run in that series in Arlington, but was not enough for Seattle to win any of those games. Has 30 home runs on the season, a .235 average, 75 RBIs. A lot of power in that right-handed bat. The 0-1 off the outside corner, swung on and missed by Raleigh. Now 0-2. Raleigh, realizing he's in swing mode there, wants to take time. Montgomery working quickly here today. Been very effective with his pitches. Inning and a third, has 3 strikeouts. Most of his pitches have gone for strikes. That one misses well high, though. 1-2 now. Hopefully we have another well-pitched game like we did last Saturday between these two starters in Gilbert and Montgomery. I know people say, you want to see offense in a game. Pitching isn't always great to watch. Well, when you see two of the best at it, it is actually enjoyable to watch a low-scoring game like that. So, speaking from experience when I was there at the game, it was rather enjoyable seeing both pitchers perform quite well. This one's lifted into center, and Raleigh is retired for the second out of the inning. Dylan Moore digging in with a lefty on the mound. Kellenick starts the game on the bench. We will very likely see him when they go to the bullpen. Dylan Moore hitting .207, 7 home runs, 19 RBIs, a former Texas Rangers draft pick, I believe from 2015, signed that long deal, 8 years, a few years back anyway, with the Mariners before he had even played a game with the big club. I think it was like 8 years, $40 million, something like that. 0-1 here on Moore. That one finishes in the dirt, 1-1. Ty France is on deck. Should Moore be able to reach? The 1-1. Swing and a miss. That one just beneath the zone, but unable to hold back on his check swing is Dylan Moore. And it is 1-2. This one all the way in the dirt anyway. 2-2 now. Almost bounced on the plate, honestly. Montgomery up to 28 pitches now. And that changeup misses outside. Now 3-2. Montgomery starting to miss his spots just a little bit. They were looking for the outside corner. He missed further away. So I guess if you're going to miss, you want to miss away off the plate, not in the middle of the zone. So good on him for not leaving one hanging there. The 3-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Montgomery pitch and line right to Josh Young, making a stab at it, and that's the end of the second inning. Nice work there by Josh Young, making that defensive play. We go to the top of the third, 0-0, our score. Mitch Garver, Leody Tavares, and Evan Carter are the 3 due up for Texas. Appreciate you guys joining us. Got about 27 of you guys with us right now. Make sure you drop a hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what games you'd like us to do for you guys this weekend. I know we had a couple of folks interested in the Buffalo-Miami game this weekend for football, so we shall see what happens. We're going to be bringing you guys more baseball the rest of the week here. Texas and Seattle will bring you guys tomorrow at about 9 o'clock. Rangers will have a chance to win the AL West tomorrow. Checking some of those standings anyway from around baseball, just to kind of see where we're at. Look at the wild card here. Minnesota's clinched their division, same as Baltimore. Texas is very close to clinching theirs. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay is the only other team to really have locked up their playoff positioning. Toronto looks like they're in good shape. Last I saw, they were winning 6-0 against New York. A win today with an idle Houston team really would do good for them. The Blue Jays look like they're going to probably face Tampa Bay in that wild card round, while Houston likely goes to Minnesota. Seattle, I think it's very unlikely that they get to a postseason spot at this point with the way the standings are and the record that they have, the teams that they're going to have to pass. I just don't think it's going to happen. They're a game and a half back now. If they win tonight, they move to within a game of that final wild card spot. But I just think Houston's got the inside track, and I don't think they're going to give it up. Same thing with Toronto. I just don't see them getting swept in the final series of the season. First pitch here to Garver misses, and it's now 1-0. Let's go back one there. One and two now to Garver as he fouls this one off. Got a good swing on that 79-mile-an-hour curveball. Remains 1-2. 900 OPS for Mitch Garver. See if he can continue to stay hot here. Takes a close one there right beneath the zone. 2-2 now. This one jams him on the inside part of the plate. Gilbert running over into foul territory is called off by the first baseman, Ty France. And Garver is the first out here in the top of the third inning. Leody Taveras due up next. Both pitchers working very effectively so far. Neither pitcher's given up a walk or a base hit so far through 2 innings. Texas again clinches a playoff berth with a victory today over Seattle. Seattle sits 4 back in the AL West. Should Seattle lose any of these games to the Rangers, they would not be able to leapfrog Texas. That is why they would clinch a playoff berth if they win. Wow, what a gift of a pitch there beneath the zone for Gilbert. That one looked a little bit lower than the one that Garver took, but called a strike here to Leody. 1-1 now. Welcome back, Charles. Cubs manager needs to be fired. I think they're playing a little bit above their heads coming into the season, but they did make some investments at the trade deadline. I do like that they have Mike Napoli there in the dugout. They've got a lot of catchers on that coaching staff. Hard hit ball, deep right center field, back at the wall, gone, home run. Leody Taveras, what a stroke there for him. First hit of the ball game. Wow, what a line shot out to right center field. 415 feet, 107 off the bat, and Texas takes a 1-0 lead. Wow. We talked about Leody being one of the Rangers that's going to need some time off in this series just to get his mind right, really. Maybe just getting some positive experiences in the batter's box like that could get him going for the postseason. In the first half, he was very worthy of being an all-star starter there in center field, or at least getting a bench nod, but was not given one of those opportunities. And another home run for Texas. That makes 15 home runs in the Rangers' last 5 games. That one misses above the zone there to Evan Carter, now 1-1. Carter had that big 2-run home run last night against the Angels. We'll see what happens here with Carter. Nice pitch right on the outside corner, 1-2. Carter takes time. Gilbert will give up some hard contact on his fastball. StatCast has him at 92.4 miles per hour off the bat, off of that fastball. That's the second highest in baseball. So while he's made some big-time strides, he is not missing the barrel very often when he does get it hit. Carter hitting .320 on the year, 5 homers, 12 RBIs, over 1,000 OPS. Off-speed pitch away, just a little bit off the corner. Fouled off by Carter, remains 2-2. Welcome back, Dreadnought. Taveras, yeah, he did just have that very nice home run. Good to see him getting back into the swing of things. I still think they need to give him at least a couple of days off here in Seattle. That one misses well low and in. Now 3-2, full here to Evan Carter. I do think Carter will be given every opportunity to be at the top of the lineup next year. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, gets the chase there. Not often do you see Carter chase a pitch, but good to see again as well. 2 away here in the third. Rangers on top on the strength of that Leody Taveras solo home run about 2 minutes ago. Simeon due up next. 4 home runs in his last 4 games, is 1 away from hitting that 30 home run threshold. Is also 1 RBI away from hitting that 100 RBI threshold. First pitch here, lined off the bat, nice swing, but directly at the left fielder. And the Rangers are retired, but they do get the first run of the game on the first hit of the game in the top of the third. A solo home run by Leody Taveras, just a line shot out to right center field, and Texas leads it 1-0. I think they take the division and then they sit him. Well, I think they're going to win the postseason spot tonight. I do think they beat Seattle tonight. I think once they've clinched the berth, that's when they start to consider resting some players, because I think it's all but assured that they're going to win the AL West at this point. I think they want to keep momentum going. So I do think that they will give a lot of their guys some more at-bats the rest of the way in this series. But do I think they'll take every at-bat possible that their position normally would get? For instance, do I think Jonah Heim will take every at-bat in all 4 games from the catcher spot? I do not. I think Austin Hedges likely gets 2 of the starts here. In fact, I'm expecting him to probably get the start tomorrow in the game against Seattle, and then I'm expecting him to get the start in the season finale as well. But as far as like Leody Taveras, maybe they do like let Leody start the game and then take him out after, say, 5-6 innings and put Jankowski out there to get him off his feet for a little bit. But I do think Leody would be good with at least 1 game, maybe 2 off of his feet. But 1 game, I think with as many outfielders as they have up right now on the big club, they should be able to get him at least a little bit of rest. Corey Seager, same thing. Don't need to risk him getting injured if you've already clinched the division. So Corey Seager might play tomorrow and then sit the final 2 games. Or he might sit tomorrow and then play the final game. But I do think he's another guy that could miss 2 starts here in the final 3 games. Just want to make sure everybody's fresh, still has some positive momentum as they complete the season and go into the postseason. I think they would love to get Josh Sborz into the game at least twice here in this series. I think they'd like to give Jonathan Hernandez another spot out there. I think Brock Burke could use some positive reinforcement out there out of that bullpen. Jose Leclerc's been very good. Same thing with Will Smith. Line shot there to Montgomery off the bat of France. And making a stab at it and catching it there is Montgomery. First out here in the bottom of the third. Nice work there by Montgomery fielding his position. Welcome back, Jesus. Two and a third so far for Montgomery. 31 pitches, 19 strikes. Haggerty is due next. Home plate umpire kind of went out there and dusted things off. Give Montgomery some time to collect himself after that line shot up the middle. First pitch to Haggerty right on the outside corner. Friendly corner tonight so far for the home plate umpire. It is going a little bit both ways. Some a little further than others, but that one was right there. Haggerty does have 1 home run on the year. Off-speed pitch away. Does not get the call on the check swing there, and it's now 1-1. First base umpire does not grant the strike call. That one misses well outside, 2-1. Martin Perez, I think, probably gets 1 more spot here over the weekend, over the end of the series anyway. I think they would like to get him probably 3-4 innings in one of these games. Cody Bradford probably takes the ball in one of them as well. That one misses off the outside corner. 3-1. Trying to work that outside corner a little bit. While the door is open a little bit, those aren't quite close enough to get strike calls on them. The 3-1 and this one misses. And that's the first walk of the game issued by Montgomery. Haggerty is on with one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Caballero due up. Hitting .220 on the year. A .666 OPS. Mariners second baseman. Has 4 homers on the year, 26 RBIs. Strike one there right down the middle. And what a steal there by Haggerty. Heim didn't even get out of the stance as he tried to throw it down, but Haggerty had that one stolen all the way. Now the Mariners have a runner in scoring position. See if they can make the most out of it here. Welcome back, Jose. Baltimore Orioles will continue to call Camden Yard home for the next 30 years as they sign a lease extension to keep them in Baltimore until 2053. That's where they should be. That one misses well outside, 1-1. One thing you can do on Montgomery, I think more than you could normal lefties, is that you can actually run off him. He does have some deceptiveness in his delivery as far as how quickly he can get the ball to the plate, but overall, he's not exactly one with a quick move over to first base. That one misses low and away, 2-1. Hopefully you all had a great day out there. Enjoying some Thursday night baseball. Thursday night football as well. Before this one came live. This one's lifted foul down the right field line. Missed a homer probably by about 25-30 feet. The 2-2 pitch. This one off the end of the bat, lifted into shallow right center field. Going out as Simeon on is Garcia, and he'll jog it in to the infield and flip it on to third base just to make sure Haggerty doesn't get any bright ideas of taking an extra base here. And with 2 away, it'll be up to J.P. Crawford to keep this one going for the Mariners. Welcome in Hanania. Guessing that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, the Orioles should stay in Baltimore. They're pretty much synonymous with that city at this point. I know a lot of the national media that actually lives in the Baltimore area, thinking of guys like Scott Van Pelt, etc., are Orioles fans. And they grew up with the Orioles, so it's good to see them staying where they should be. I don't like teams really relocating. I'd rather have a new franchise come into existence rather than an existing one move. Big swing there by Crawford. That one would have been gone by a mile, but pulled it a little too far. It's now 1-1 to Crawford. Home run distance on that one, though. That one misses low and away. 2-1. Rangers will have Seager, Lowe, and Garcia in the top half of the 4th inning. The 2-1 pitch. This one's popped up. Out goes Seager, settles underneath it, and makes the catch in front of Evan Carter for the 3rd out of the inning. Rangers lead it here after 3, 1-0. Leody Taveras got that home run in the top half of the 3rd. We'll see what offense we get the rest of the way, but a good pitcher's duel so far. No hits so far for Seattle, 1 hit for Texas. And through 3, 1-0 is the score. We'll have a few more videos coming out for you guys tomorrow. Posted one about Trevor Lawrence today, Damian Lillard, James Harden, Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys, Aaron Boone, and the New York Yankees. You can check those out on our YouTube page. Tomorrow we'll check in on what the Lions and Packers game looked like tonight. And probably make a video about the Texas Rangers, because it looks like they're going to probably get their first playoff berth in about 6 years now. How many teams do you think MLB will have by the year 2060? Oh, gosh. All right, let's just think back to what 35 years ago baseball looked like. That had been right before, I was born, so you're looking at a lot of expansion in between there. But I don't think they're going to have, any crazy number of any crazy number of teams out there. I still think they'll still have very similar numbers as far as teams right now. Maybe get the number up to 36 to 40 at most. I would guess if at that point they'll probably have 36 because of how hard it is to add teams. We talk about, the Rays being needed to be relocated for the better part of the last decade. Same thing with the Athletics. Now we're finally getting the A's moving, possibly in a couple of years if the owners certify it. But as things stand right now, I would probably lean more towards 36, 37, 38, somewhere in there. First pitch here to Corey Seager. Nice off-speed pitch, low and away. If you're able to locate that type of pitch to Corey Seager, you can take advantage of his aggressiveness early. Seager in the series versus Seattle this year, hitting 8 for 17, 3 homers and 9 RBIs. That one misses outside the zone. Foul tipped, though, off the hand of Cal Raleigh. Throws the glove down and kind of shakes it off a little bit. 0-2 here to Corey. Working primarily low and away. The 0-2 pitch. Misses outside, 1-2. Speaking of Vegas, the Sphere and the Venetian opens tomorrow. Vegas has had an interesting year, we'll put it that way. Especially an interesting last couple of weeks with the hacks that MGM has had. Caesars supposedly got hacked as well, but paid off the hackers. MGM was not willing to do so and have slowly been rebuilding everything from the ground up. As far as from the computer side of things. The 2-2 pitch here to Corey. Kind of a soft little smash out to second base. Flipped on to first. And Seager is retired. This approach has been working well for Corey to kind of ambush the fastball early. But he's got to learn to be a little bit more patient and selective with that outside pitch. If they're going to continue to throw it just off the plate away, you might want to start thinking about taking that pitch and waiting for a better pitch to hit. First pitch here to Lowe misses. Down and in. Remember, he had that good at bat in the first. I think it was a 10-pitch at bat, but just did not get the call there on that strike 3 call. A little tapper, though, to Gilbert. Fields it and throws to first. A little hopper into first, and making the play is Ty France, and Nathaniel Lowe is retired. That'll be fun. As one of my lights flickers. Two outs here in the top of the fourth. Adolis takes inside for ball 1. 106 RBIs for Adolis this year. That's the most by any Texas Rangers hitter since 2012. Chases this off-speed pitch, and it's 1-1. Probably stretch our legs at the end of this half inning, so don't go anywhere. We'll be live with you guys through the entirety of this one. Garcia takes time after chasing that one. He's not happy with himself. The 1-1. Another hard hit laser. I take that back. This is a little bit higher than a laser, but out into the Mariners bullpen, and another home run for Texas. Holy smokes. That's 39 home runs now on the year for Adolis Garcia. 102 off the bat, and just absolutely has that home run stroke right now. 2-0 Texas in a game Seattle absolutely has to have if they want to have any chance of making a postseason run. Adolis doing it all right now for Texas over the past week. Since he's gotten back from the injury list, some of the best baseball I've seen Adolis Garcia play. Just patient, a little bit more patient of a hitter at the plate. You saw him swing at that bad pitch earlier, just a minute ago anyway, and just step out of the box, collect himself, wait for his pitch, and he did not miss it. Just great swing on that one by Adolis, 2-0. Texas takes the lead on the strength of 2 home runs by Taveras and Garcia. 0-1 here misses by Gilbert to Young, evening the count. But the Rangers taking command here early against Seattle. The 1-1 pitch. Little tapper to third. Suarez up with it, throws to first, and easily gets Josh Young. But the Rangers add another run on the strength of another solo home run. They lead it 2-0 after 3.5. As I said, we'll be back in just a moment. Going to stretch our legs here, so don't go anywhere. And welcome back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Just saw a couple of home runs by Texas to take a quick lead here as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Julio Rodriguez, Mariners' best player, is up first. Had a strikeout back in the 1st inning. 1 of 3 so far for Montgomery today. The set by Montgomery and the first pitch here to Rodriguez. This one's lifted deep right field out to Garcia. Is it going to go? It does. It might have clanged off of Garcia's glove and out. But what a nice turn of events there for Seattle. And Garcia still struggling to get back up. Might have tweaked something as he banged into the wall a little bit. I think it did clank off of Garcia's glove. I'm not sure that would have gone out completely. But in either event, a nice turnaround here for the Mariners. It looked like Texas was starting to take control here. But now a solo shot here for Julio Rodriguez. He had been hitting 132 in his last 10 games, and it looks like it would have actually gone out for a home run. Looks like it was going to be a snow cone catch for Garcia, and it just kind of fell out of the glove with the impact of him hitting the wall. So, unable to get that one, but so close to making another stellar defensive play out there in right, but Julio Rodriguez just got it far enough. And they cut that deficit in half. Now a 2-1 ball game. The only 3 hits in the ball game so far are all solo home runs. Eugenio Suarez takes low for ball 2. Gilbert already at 67 pitches through 4 innings, not 3, through 4 innings for Gilbert. At his current pace, he's going to get through 89 in 4. I don't know about that. I mean, like we just said, he's through 4 innings already. That's the first home run allowed by Montgomery in his last 24 innings. Rangers hoping to go on to the postseason on a high note, so not exactly a welcome omen there for Montgomery, but the issue I'm having with Montgomery right now is that he's missing location a little bit too much. Foul tip went off the inside of the leg of Jonah Heim. He'll be all right, though. The 2-1 pitch. Right at the top of the zone, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2. Rangers looking for the first out here at the bottom of the 4th inning. Contrast through 21 less pitches in the same time frame. That one finishes below the zone, but getting the swing or the check swing call at first base. Montgomery gets another strikeout here. Let's look at the pitches just since you were mentioning it. Logan Gilbert is at 67 through 4 innings. Montgomery is at 51 through 3 1/3. I think Gilbert's probably going to get them 6 innings today. Montgomery's probably going to get them 6 innings as well, the way things stand right now. Then it'll be a bullpen battle after that by the looks of things. First pitch here to Hernandez, off the end of the bat. Lowe makes the play, flips it on to Montgomery covering, and that's the second out of the inning. I'm sure they'll take their time, allowing Montgomery to catch his breath after having to cover first base there. Montgomery is not a small guy, so does take some effort getting over there. Small, or not small, meaning he's tall, got a thick frame, not like a lot of these smaller, thin pitchers that the Rangers have, especially coming out of their bullpen. Thinking of guys like Jose Leclerc. The set and the pitch. Strike 1, swing and a miss by Kyle Raleigh. Has 30 home runs this year, as we mentioned earlier, leads all of Major League Baseball catchers this year. That one misses a little outside there, 1-1 now. They're trying to hit that outside corner that has been open for them so far today, but he hasn't been very precise when they've tried to go there. And so that's resulted in a lot more pitches than I think Montgomery would like to have thrown so far. But 55 pitches, 32 strikes. This one on the inner half of the plate. Raleigh takes all the way 1-2 now as he takes his timeout. Appreciate you guys joining us here today. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Rangers lead it 2-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. All of the runs, all of the base hits coming off of solo home runs so far today. One by Leody Taveras in the 3rd to get us scoring started. Adolis Garcia added another one in the top of the 4th. And then Julio Rodriguez just hit one out just outside of the reach of Adolis Garcia in right. And that's kind of where we're at. And our first base hit of the game that's not a home run goes to Cal Raleigh. Just over the head of Corey Seager into left center field. He is aboard with a 2-out single. He will be followed in the Mariner lineup here by Dylan Moore. Moore getting the start with a lefty on the mound today. Raleigh and Lowe sharing a laugh over there at first base. A lot of camaraderie in baseball. They get it. They want to win. But they also realize this is a business and it's supposed to be fun. You want to have a good time playing the game. Playoff baseball is fun. Sometimes you go out with, you're on one team one day, you're on another team the next. You develop friendships on both teams, but when you play each other that day, of course you're going to cheer for your own team. But after the series is over, then you might go back out for drinks afterward. No, it's a very different time for a lot of the folks out there who are like, you're never supposed to, share a dinner table with the opponent. Well, it's a different day and age, my friend. The 0-2 pitch here, kind of a check swing foul, first base side, and it remains 0-2 here to Moore. This will be Montgomery's 60th pitch. The 0-2 bounces in the dirt and gets away from Jonah Heim. Raleigh will move up to second base. That's one issue I've had with Jonah Heim's blocking abilities back there, I will say, is that he's trying to spear the ball a little bit too much, and that's kind of the new age catcher thing. He did try to shuffle over. That one just kind of took a hard bounce off of him. But I think if he goes to the school of the Molina catching school, Benji and Yadier Molina, and I forget what the other brother's name was that was also a catcher. But anyway, all three of those brothers were all catchers in Major League Baseball. And they would tell you, hey, if that ball's going to hit you in the chest, you need to be bent this way. If it's going to hit you right here, you need to be bending this way. That way it goes back towards the plate and stays in front of you. That one misses low. 2-2 now to Dylan Moore. As I mentioned, he was that 2015 draft pick of the Texas Rangers. Has yet to really make good on that extension offer the Mariners gave him while he was still in the minors. That one misses low and away. Check swing did not go. 2-2. Or excuse me, 3-2 now on Dylan Moore. Looks like he did hold up on replay. Montgomery up to 62. This will be pitch number 63. Fouled off here by Moore, and we'll do it again. Nice battle here from Moore after falling behind 0-2. Now 3-2. This will be pitch number 8 of the at-bat. And this one is fouled off. Very nice at-bat here by Dylan Moore, getting that pitch count up for Montgomery, who's been probably the Rangers' best starter since he was acquired. So far, Montgomery has thrown 14, 16, 15, and so far 19 pitches in the fourth. This will be pitch number 20 here in the fourth inning. He could use a quick fifth inning, that's for sure. The 3-2 pitch misses just a little bit low. Heim made a nice attempt to try to frame it, but it was low. And we're going to get a mound visit here. Montgomery's had to work here in the fourth. Mike Maddox making the slow trot out of the Rangers dugout, just to chat with his big left-hander. Montgomery's got a lot of experience working with Mike Maddox. Really resurrected his career last year with the with the St. Louis Cardinals after the trade from the New York Yankees. Really was a completely different pitcher in the second half of that year. And to begin this year, he wasn't quite as effective. Mike Maddox wasn't there really that got him to be that effective there. And so that's part of the reason why Texas saw an opportunity to bring in Jordan Montgomery and all the success that they had with him. So we'll see how things go, how much leash they have with Montgomery so far today. I know sometimes they've let him go a little bit deeper into the sixth, and that's when he started to lose it. And then we've seen a couple of starts where he runs into trouble in the fourth and starts to lose his effectiveness. With 2 outs, I'm sure they'll give him every opportunity to try to finish this inning and probably go deeper. First pitch here to France, right on the inside corner. 0-1. Both lineups doing a good job of making both pitchers work so far today. With only 4 hits in the game, they've really had to work to get their outs so far. The 0-1 check swing foul by France, and it'll be 0-2. France this year with runners in scoring position, 7 doubles and a .256 average. Safe to say he's got some ability there. The 0-2 pitch. Finishes a little high. Rangers have had a winning record so far against Seattle this year, 8-1. Safe to say that's the best record they've had against Seattle in years. This one misses in the dirt, now 2-2. Good block there by Jonah. This will be pitch number 70 for Montgomery. Rangers fans kind of hoping he gets through this one and then a couple more innings. This one's certainly more high stressful though. This one's lifted high in the air. France throws his bat down in disgust. Simeon is there and makes the catch behind second base for the third out of the inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Texas so far today. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Seattle. And we go to the top of the 5th, 2-1 our score. Appreciate you guys joining us so far today. Got about 38, 39 of you guys now with us. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Joseph, I saw you subscribed yesterday. Appreciate that. If you're new here to the Upside, we cover the MLB, NFL, NBA, and the NHL. NHL preseason already underway. The actual season starts here in about 2 weeks. Very excited for that one. In case you guys are new here, that is actually my favorite sport, is hockey. If you ever get to go to a game, it is by far the best one you can see in person. Far better than football, in my opinion. I think that's a distant fourth as far as ability to watch a game. But baseball's probably up there right with basketball as far as watching a game live. But for my money, if you want to take me to a game, if you have to only choose one, I would rather go to the hockey game. It's just that much more fun. I like to sit not right next to the glass, but the seat right behind there. It's a lot of fun, great atmosphere. They put on a show with it. It's fantastic. I know the Vegas Golden Knights certainly put on a show for it, and should be a fun season coming up this year. Basketball about to get underway as well. That'll start at the end of October. Training camp has already begun. We saw Damian Lillard be traded just yesterday, and now we're getting all the rumors about Drew Holiday and James Harden all over again. So teams are trying to get their lineups set before they get too close to the start of the season, so that way they can at least get some practice time, get the medicals done, get everybody's switched over, people who need to move moved. Things need to get done here quickly before the start of the season. Looks like we're about ready here in the top half of the 5th inning. Jonah Heim due up first for Texas, followed by Mitch Garver and the home run hitter that got things started for the Rangers in Leody Tavares. First pitch here, 95-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner, fouled off by Jonah, 0-1. Jonah hitting .355 this year versus Seattle. Little chopper back to the mound here. Nice play by Gilbert. Soft little flip here to France, and Heim is recorded as the first out in the top of the 5th inning. You went to several Golden Knights games last season, including the clinching game. Vegas atmosphere is quite something. Absolutely. Like I said, they put on a show. They probably put on the biggest show out of everybody. Gotta love the whole night scenario that they have. I forget what they call it. You're gonna have to tell me. You'll know better than me on this one. But how they have the actual night come out onto the ice at one point. The crowd interaction's fantastic. Everybody wasn't sure what a professional sports team would look like in Vegas. Well, there you go. It works. The 0-1 pitch misses high here to Garver. It's now 1-1. Takes a strike here right down Broadway. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-2. Are you going to stream every MLB playoff game? Not every game, but I will try to do some of the later games. I do work until about 7:30. Don't get home till probably about 7:45, 8. And then I try to have dinner real quick before I get on. That's why I missed the first couple batters of this one. But I do try to get the entirety of the game. I don't like joining a game after it's already in progress if I can help it. So depending on how the schedule breaks down for the postseason, we will still bring you some playoff baseball games in the month of October as well. I think I did one World Series game last year, if I remember correctly. I might have done two. I think our World Series Game 2 was fantastic. We had over 100 concurrent viewers at one point. Right now we are at 33. We got up to 40 a moment ago. 2-2 now on Garver. Swing and a miss. Nice off-speed pitch. Kind of a 12-6 curve on that one. And Garver is the second out of the fifth inning. It'll be up to Leote to keep it going for Texas. They have a graphic on the screen showing the strikeout to walk rate for Montgomery and Gilbert. They rank 9th and 8th in the American League, respectively. Well over 4.5 strikeouts per walk since the All-Star break. Leote, since the month turned to September, though, is hitting .320. That's good for 5th in the American League. But you can still tell that there's more in that bat. He's still kind of leaning one way or the other every single one of these at-bats. That first one against Gilbert, he got all of it, though. Guessed right and timed to swing just right. Sometimes you see him guess wrong and he goes 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So I just like to see a little bit better approach at the plate more than anything else. This one's tapped foul. 2-2 now to Leote. This will be pitch number 80 for Gilbert. Likely going to get through 6 for the Mariners as Tavares takes time here. The 2-2 pitch. Dribbled out to second base. On to first, and Leote is retired. Rangers lead at 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Check in on some of the scores from around baseball right now. It's been a minute since we checked. Goodness gracious, Colorado clobbering the Dodgers right now, 13-4. Miami still in that delay against the Mets, 2-1. Our game, 2-1. Rangers winning against Seattle. Detroit went final 8-0. We talked a little bit about that Minnesota game earlier, how that loss by Minnesota means that the winner of the American League West will get a first-round bye, very likely to be the Texas Rangers at this point. Arizona lost a crucial game against the White Sox today. They'll have to wait one more day to see if they can clinch a postseason spot. Milwaukee winning 3-0 over the Cardinals. Philly losing 3-2 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Toronto getting a big victory against the Yankees, 6-0, basically assuring them that they're going to be in a postseason spot at this point. And the game we were kind of looking for here was how Chicago was doing on the NL side. They end up getting swept by Atlanta, 5-3 the loss today. Good news for Miami if they can hold on in their delayed game right now. For the Mariners, it'll be Haggerty, Caballero, and Crawford to get things going here in the top of the 5th inning. Dodgers bench is most likely in today, probably. That, and even if their starters are in there, hard to say they're going to be playing with that level of intensity now that they've pretty much sewn everything up. Looks like we're finally ready here in the bottom of the 5th. Montgomery out there for another inning of work here. Swing and a miss at a ball low and in there. Haggerty worked a walk in his last at bat. hitting .324 in the month of September. Safe to say the platoons are starting to have an effect positively for him. The 0-1 misses beneath the zone once again, and it's now 1-1. He's certainly been trying to get a few more chases than we usually see from Montgomery. Usually he's more of a direct pitcher. Strike one, strike two, and then try to get a chase or two, and then tries to get you with another one in the zone. This one off the end of the bat. Coming in is Garcia and making the catch out there in right for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. If you guys are new here to the Upside, make sure you follow us. Hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. Follow us over to X, or formerly known as Twitter anyway, at UpsideSN, and on Facebook at Upside Sports Network. Caballero digging in. .219 average so far this season. Has only 2 hits in his last 28 at-bats. Hard hit ball, though, into left center field. Leote guts over and cuts it off, keeping Caballero to a single. Welcome in, Lawrence. Who do you think will win? The Braves bench will almost certainly finish the season for them. We saw a little bit of their bench in the game today, but they still had a lot of their starters out there. As for your question, Lawrence, who do I think will win this game? I do think Texas is going to try to clinch that playoff berth today, and then see if they clinch the division tomorrow before they even start playing. I haven't checked to see the schedule yet to see when Houston plays. That one misses high. It's now 1-0 here to Crawford. 0 for 2 so far today, but had one long, loud foul ball earlier today. And had that big home run to get things started for them yesterday. So has a little bit more juice in the bat than I think Rangers fans would like to admit. Nice painted pitch there by Montgomery on the outside corner, 1-1. Soft toss over there to first base. Back in there safely is Caballero, just making sure he knows that he's looking at him. The 1-1 pitch. Kind of a slide step there. Nice pitch there, and it's now 1-2 with the speedy Caballero out there at first. Sure, they'd like to keep him out of scoring position if possible. Rodriguez waits on deck. The 1-2. Hard hit, left field. Carter is going to be able to get this on 2 hops. Flips it in. Caballero going to third. The throw. Looks like they got him. They did. Out as he tried to make it into third base. They tried to test Evan Carter. That's another outfield assist there for Evan Carter. What a nice defensive play for the Rangers left fielder. He'll be leading off the Rangers' 6th inning. But Julio Rodriguez is next. We'll see if the Mariners decide to challenge this. Does not look like they will. Rodriguez was in a pretty good slump the last 10 games, but hit that home run back in the bottom of the 4th inning. Houston, Arizona tomorrow at 9:40. Okay. So that'll actually be so 8:40 Eastern time or Central time, excuse me. So they'll get started right before the Rangers. Appreciate that. I take it back. That's 3 outfield assists now for Evan Carter this season. Nice work. And Crawford also stays at first base on that one too. The 1-0 now to Rodriguez. Did he go around? First base umpire says no. That was a heck of a check swing, though. Would love to have seen the replay on that, but they will not show it. 2-0 here to Rodriguez. 281 average, 32 home runs, now 103 RBIs. The 2-0 pitch. Jammed off the fist, a one-hopper to Lowe. Steps on first to end the inning. And that'll do it for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the 6th. 2-1 our score. Another good pitcher's duel between these two. Logan Gilbert and Jordan Montgomery holding up their ends of the deal so far today. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Texas so far. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Curious to see what they're going to do the rest of the way with the bullpens, honestly. I know the Mariners really kind of exhausted a lot of their top bullpen options in that series against Houston. That was really their best chance to be able to crack the postseason, was against the Houston Astros, and they lose 2 of 3 at home. The series before that, they get swept on the road against Texas. Everything was in front of them about a week ago, and they just haven't played well. And they have nobody to blame but themselves at this point. But they are a team that's been playing with house money, to say the least. After the injury to Robbie Ray earlier in the season, nobody really expected them to get as hot as they did in August. But with how hard they had actually charged into first place in the AL West at one point, it is on them to try to keep that pace up at that point. So remember the hot start the Rangers got off to, then kind of cooled off, dropped out of first place, and just recently got back into first in the AL West. The Mariners started off almost as bad as the Rangers played in August, and really kind of came on hard in August, kind of a reversal of seasons, if you will. But right now, it's impressive to see where the Mariners have come from, especially after selling at the deadline one of their pitching pieces. But you saw the number of relief arms that they have back there that they trust. They kind of were dealing from a position of strength when they made that deal with Arizona. Who knows? Maybe the Mariners could get some help from that Arizona team against Houston. We shall see. First pitch here to Carter. Misses low, ball 1. Gilbert is out there here in the 6th inning at 81 pitches now. Carter has 4 home runs in his last 7 games. Playing very good baseball right now. The 1-0 popped foul and out of play. Third base side. 1-1. But if you guys are just joining us, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Really does help us out. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. The 1-1, right at the knees, 96-mile-an-hour painted pitch by Gilbert. And it'll be 1-2 now here to the Rangers' number 9 hitter. Another hard hit ball, deep right field, going back. Hernandez is going to have room. Makes the catch for the first out here in the 6th inning. But Carter is certainly showing that he's got some power. Everything off of his bat seems to have some hard contact on it. He is going to be a special player for Texas for a long time. So if you're a Rangers fan, you might want to go out there and try to get his rookie card if they have it already being produced. Strike right there at the knees for Gilbert. Gets the friendly call and a nice pick there by Raleigh. Simeon behind 0-1. This one misses about a foot outside, 1-1. The set by Gilbert. And the pitch. Nice off-speed pitch. Simeon just unable to make contact with it. 1-2. All 3 runs in today's game coming off of the solo home run. Rangers 2 coming off the bats of Leody Taveras and Adolis Garcia in the 3rd and 4th inning. Meanwhile, Julio Rodriguez with a solo home run for the Mariners. This one bounces in the dirt, now 2-2. Simeon is ready. The set by Gilbert. And the pitch. Hard hit smash to third. Up with it is Suarez on a bounce. A nice pick there by France, and they're able to get Simeon, who is now 0 for 3 in the ball game. It'll be up to Corey Seager here next for the Rangers. I'd really like to see Corey Seager start to get on a little bit of a hot streak here to end the season. He is in that American League MVP, discussion right now, but he's certainly had his struggles over the past 2 or 3 weeks. That's the first struggles he's had literally all season. The majority of the season, his batting average was over 350, but it's all dropped all the way down to 331 now. Should I say a paltry 331 for Corey Seager. Only leads the entire American League. 2-0 as that one misses low and away. Trying to work him in that area right now. It's just not working as of yet. Nice pitch there by Gilbert. Swing and a miss by Seager right at the bottom of the zone. Good movement on that one. Seager was looking fastball there. The set by Logan. And eventually the pitch. Here we go. Little tapper past the mound. Coming in is Suarez, who is unable to make a barehanded play. Kind of tumbles over as he tried to flip it onto first, but just couldn't get a good grasp on it. And with an infield single, Corey Seager is now aboard at first base. Nathaniel Lowe is next. 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far today. Good effort there by Suarez. Just kind of tumbled. Got a little too much on the tips of his toes when he was trying to make that play. Not a shortstop by trade, even though he was playing in the shortstop spot with the infield kind of shifted over for Seager. Mariners getting, looks like Campbell up in the bullpen right now. Mound visit there for the Mariners. Giving Suarez some time to get his shoe right after that tough play. First pitch here from Gilbert. Up to 93, make it 94 pitches with that fastball right at the top of the zone. Welcome in, U-Haul. Game being played at Chaz. Not sure what you're trying to say there, buddy. But you're referring to the game tomorrow. It is in Arizona. The game today is in Seattle at T-Mobile Park. 0-2 now here on Nathaniel Lowe as he takes his timeout. Gilbert looking for his 6th strikeout of the game here. Probably his final batter. He's up to 95 pitches. This will be pitch number 96. And it misses. 1-2. Again, if you're just joining us, all 3 runs in the game so far have scored off of the home run. One by Leody Taveras and Adolis Garcia for the Texas, and then one for Julio Rodriguez for the Mariners. Outside of that, it's been a well-pitched game by both sides, but both lineups are certainly making the starters work today. The 1-2, kind of a hard hit smash right to Crawford, kind of bowls him over, but up and makes a strong throw to first, and Lowe is retired. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Texas. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Seattle. Checking in on that out-of-town scoreboard one more time. Marlins game is still in delay. Meanwhile, Colorado's tacked on another run, 14-4 against the Dodgers. All the rest of the games are now final. The ones that impact the Rangers and the AL West right now are going to be that Oakland and Minnesota game. Minnesota, with a loss to Oakland, no longer has the ability to get that first-round bye for the ALDS. So instead, they will host a wild card series, very likely to be either Houston or Seattle. Very likely Houston at this point. Toronto took a whooping to the New York Jets anyway, 6-0 they win. They very likely will face the Tampa Bay Rays in a 3-game series in Tampa Bay. So AL West, or the AL wildcard picture, is looking a lot clearer today than it has probably in about a week or two, Meanwhile, on the NL side, the Cubs lose once again to the Atlanta Braves. They get swept, and it's up to the Marlins really to make the most of their opportunities right now against the Mets, and try to take take advantage and take sole possession of that final wild card spot on the NL side. But the American League East champions are the Baltimore Orioles, as they posed for pictures after the game with banners saying as such. Looks like Montgomery is out there once again. Rangers starting pitcher anyway, probably their best since the beginning of August. Suarez is up first, 0 for 2, struck out both times so far today. Could make amends with one big swing here, we shall see. The set by the lefty, and the pitch. Hard hit, past a diving Josh Young. That one goes all the way to the wall. Carter up with it, and he'll go ahead and toss it into the cutoff man. And Suarez is kept to a double, but a nice start to the inning for the Mariners. First pitch, did not miss that off-speed pitch, and just outside the glove. I mean, that far away from making a diving stop was Josh Young. But in either event, it's now runner at second with nobody out. Teoscar Hernandez due up, followed by Kyle Raleigh and Dylan Moore. That's Suarez's 28th double of the season. And Mariners have something cooking here in the bottom of the sixth. First pitch here by Montgomery to Hernandez is a ball. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Looks like he's starting to get a little tired out there. A little life is coming off of that pitch. Up to 82 pitches, but he's had some stressful innings. Even with the low hit total and walk total so far today, the hitters for both sides have exhausted both pitchers, really. Long, deep counts, etc. Nice play there by Josh Young. Makes amends for not being able to corral that one off of the bat of Suarez. Makes a strong throw over to first and retires Hernandez while keeping Suarez there at second. One away here in the bottom of the sixth. Okay, I got you. Check swing, unable to hold up there on that very high fastball as Cal Raleigh falls behind 0-1. 777 OPS so far on the season for Raleigh. Looking to finish the season strong. Played very well at that catcher spot, but they are without their counterpart behind the plate right now, Murphy. Another one well north of the zone, 1-1 now. Sure, the Rangers have got the bullpen going after that leadoff double. Another one misses, now 2-1. He is struggling with command a little bit here and there. Montgomery so far today. This one again misses well north of the zone. Heim takes a few steps out from behind the plate. Give his pitcher a message to at least, settle down, keep it down, breathe, take your time. Raleigh this year with runners in scoring position, only a 188 average, 8 homers, 47 RBIs, but also 47 strikeouts in those opportunities. The 2-1. Off-speed pitch outside, would have been ball 3, but fouled back to the screen, now 2-2. Looks like they've got double barrel action out there. Both lefties working for the Rangers right now. Andrew Heaney and Brock Burke. Curious to see them have Heaney up right now. Thought it would have been maybe Martin Perez, but they might be holding him out for one more. This one's lifted, deep left field. Making room for it, though, is Carter at the track. Makes the catch, they throw it in. Suarez makes a jog back to second, though. He's already in scoring position. He's not going to push the envelope here and make the third out at third base. In either event, 2 away here in the bottom of the sixth. And it'll be Dylan Moore here once again for the Mariners. 0 for 1 today with a walk. That was a good swing by Raleigh. Didn't miss a home run by much. If he's able to pull that, maybe another, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 feet, probably gets over the wall. If he's just a little earlier on it. First pitch here to Moore misses outside by about 2 or 3 inches. 1-0 now. Moore does have 7 home runs on the season. I'm sure Seattle would love to see one of those right now. Another off-speed pitch. This one in the dirt. Now 2-0. Finally finds that outside corner and hits that. It's now a 2-1 count right now. It was just a hair off the plate, but that corner has been open if you can get it that close. Montgomery finally gets it in there. Looks like it's been probably a 2 or 3 inning search to try to find that exact spot against a number of batters. Again, with a win tonight, the Rangers clinch a postseason berth. Swing and a miss, 93 up and in. A little bit more life on that fastball. Maybe he realizes this could be his final batter. He's at 93 pitches right now. Seattle likely go to the bullpen in the top half of the 7th here in just a moment. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another off-speed pitch. Jonah Heim pumped behind the plate. Just perfect execution on that one from Montgomery. That's likely going to be it for him. He was fantastic today for the Rangers. Gives up 1 run, 5 hits in his 6 innings of work. Nice work by Jordan Montgomery, outdueling Logan Gilbert so far. Looking at his line, gave up 5 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, gave up a home run, and his ERA on the year down to 3.2. On the other side for the Mariners, with Gilbert's night likely done, 6 innings, 3 hits, no walks. That's more like the Logan Gilbert we've come to expect. But the Rangers really made him work for those 5 strikeouts and a couple of home runs, and that's how you get to a 2-1 score. All 3 runs again scoring on the solo home run. 1 in the 3rd by Leote. Kind of a laser out to right center. El Bombi, Adolis Garcia in the 4th, hit a little bit more of a higher fly ball, more traditional home run out to left center. And then in the bottom half, it was just off the snow cone of Adolis Garcia and out of the ballpark for another solo home run. And that's where we're at, heading to the top of the 7th. Let us know in the comments section which team you're pulling for. You pulling for the Rangers to finally clinch that wild card berth or postseason berth at bare minimum, and get back to postseason baseball in at least 6, maybe 7 years at this point. And it does look like they're going to go to Campbell out of the bullpen for the Mariners. He will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Rangers, Adolis Garcia, Josh Young, and Jonah Heim. Rangers once again going back with their more traditional lineup that we've seen all year long. Montgomery montage right now against Seattle. You saw the strikeout of Moore, threw the bat down, handle first, in disgust at his swing and a miss at it. Isaiah Campbell coming on for the Mariners in 24 games, has 25 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 3.16 ERA, and a 29 to 11 strikeout to walk ratio. Batter's only hitting 220 and change off of him so far this year. Been one of the bright spots in that Mariners bullpen. There's been a few of them. That's why they were dealing from a position of strength by moving on from Paul Sewald, reclaiming some assets in that type of a trade. First pitch to Adolis is well outside, ball 1. Right there with you, Jesus. As you guys know, I am a Rangers fan. I want to see this postseason drought end right here, right now. I don't want them to wait and play with their food. Some bright kicks on for Adolis Garcia. Some yellow and orange sneakers out there. The 2-0 pitch. Nice off-speed pitch, able to get the chase and actually dislodging some of the padding there behind home plate. We'll see if they have a temporary pause as they fix that. 2-1 now the count on Garcia. Bat Boy puts the padding back in there. And Campbell requests a new baseball and should get back underway here in just a second. Beautiful night skyline there in Seattle as that one misses well outside. Now 3-1. Topa, Leon, Brash, Thornton, and Spire yesterday. I agree. They used a lot of their top-end pieces. Brash has really been their best reliever. That one misses well outside. Adolis Garcia claps a few times as he takes a leadoff walk here for Texas in the 7th. It's probably been his biggest adjustment is his ability to not swing at those balls outside of the zone. A year ago right now, 3 of those he would have chased and it would already have been, strikeout. Go ahead and sit down, Adolis, but doesn't do so here. This one misses again for Campbell. Curious to see if we see a mound visit if he misses with another. It's now 1-0 on Young. Actually, they're going to go ahead and mound visit right now. Just Cal Raleigh going out there just to have a word with him. Only thrown 1 strike so far, and that pitch was also a ball but fouled off by Adolis. Edward Bazardo, yeah. I'm guessing they'll probably use him here in the next day or two against the Rangers. I doubt we see Brash. Brash has been used, I think, in back-to-back days. Pitched an inning and 2/3 the other day. And then again last night. Spire pitched a little bit last night as well. Topa had some high leverage innings, although he might be the fresher of those guys. Leon could be another guy that they turn to today. This one off the end of the bat. And will it get down in center? It does. No, nice play. It looked like it was going to get down in front of Julio Rodriguez, but he makes a nice sliding catch for the first out here in the 7th inning. Rodriguez was playing a little bit shaded towards right field, had to come back all the way across, and caught it about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet off the ground. Nice work there by Rodriguez, covering some good ground. Jonah Heim digging in. That one bounces in the dirt in the other batter's box. And able to smother it there is Cal Raleigh, keeping Garcia at first. 1-0. Kind of a thick, stocky guy out there. Looks like Spire is actually one of the Mariners loosening right now from the left side. Ooh, that's a tough call for Jonah. That one looked like an inch or two off the plate away, and that side of the plate really hasn't been called much at all. Gets a friendly corner. It's now 1-1. Hard hit. Will it stay fair? No. Looks like it's going to go foul by about 40, 50 feet. Now 1-2 on Jonah. Represented the Texas Rangers as the all-star starter at catcher. Rangers, I believe, had 5 of them. Jonah, Young, Seager, Simeon, and Garcia. The 1-2 pitch here to Jonah. Swing and a miss. High fastball, unable to catch up to it. And that's the second out of the 7th inning. Mitch Garver due next. Guessing Campbell just gets Garver here, and then if he doesn't get him, they'll probably go to the bullpen and Spire. That one misses beneath the zone, 1-0. Surprisingly, though, Mitch Garver's actually far better against righties than lefties. All of his home runs have actually come off of right-handed pitchers, so they could have gone to Spire here one batter earlier, but opt to go with the righty instead. This one's popped up right above home plate. Raleigh kind of crosses almost back into the field of play, but makes the catch for the third out of the inning. Rangers go quietly there in the 7th. Stretch time in Seattle. Appreciate you guys joining us once again. If you guys are new here to the Upside, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Follow us over there on X, or formerly known as Twitter anyway, at UpsideSN, and on Facebook at Upside Sports Network. We cover Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NHL, and the NBA. Had a couple of videos about the NBA and the NFL out there today. NHL season starts in a couple of weeks. Already paid attention to a couple of the preseason games already. A lot of high-scoring games out there, as you might imagine, with preseason getting going. Tampa Bay Lightning are going to be without their starting goaltender for at least 2.5 months, though. Stanley Cup contenders really going to have to make things work at goalie until he gets back. Dame Lillard got traded in the NBA, finally ending that whole saga. A lot of these trade rumors I thought needed to have gotten settled before teams actually got their formation or their rotation set as they go into the season. With training camps just getting underway for them, good to see them actually getting this business done. Drew Holiday is still one of the names being bandied about, along with James Harden. Clippers are said to be interested in both. So Philadelphia 76ers are said to be interested in Drew Holiday, so maybe there's a 3-team trade out there that sends Drew Holiday to Philadelphia, James Harden to the Clippers. We shall see. But it looks like the Rangers are indeed going to call it a night for Jordan Montgomery tonight. Looks like they're going to go to another lefty out of the bullpen. Andrew Heaney is the guy they're going to call on. He's been very good at times out of the bullpen since he got moved back there. His stuff does play up in those scenarios as well. So we'll see if they're going to use him as a little bit of a long reliever tonight, or if they're just going to count on him for the 7th. They've used him both as a long guy out of the bullpen and as a situational reliever out of the bullpen as well. And they do have a fair share of lefties out in that bullpen. So maybe he's going to be the guy that they go to in situational spots in a postseason series. So kind of keep your eyes peeled for how they use him the rest of this series against Seattle, because this could tell us how they view him as they go into their first playoff series in over 6 years as a franchise. Ty France digging in, 0 for 2 so far today. It's been a well-pitched game, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Texas. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Seattle. First pitch here, 93-mile-an-hour fastball, misses, 1-0, about a foot above the zone. Heaney in 32 games has 142 innings pitched, a 4.31 earned run average, 147 strikeouts, and 58 walks. That's the biggest reason why he is not in the starting rotation, is those walks. This one misses by about 1.5 feet now above the zone. We saw this a little bit against the LA Angels in his last appearance, where he struggled to a 3-ball count and was able to recover and end up getting the final out of that inning. We'll see if something develops similar here. 2-1 now, as that one nails the inside corner. The 2-1. Mighty swing and a miss by Ty France. Chased that one a couple inches above the zone. Heaney does like to work with that high fastball, so we'll see how generous that top of the zone is right now. 2-2. Yee. That one got a little too much of the plate if you're Andrew Heaney. They wanted that one up and in. That one was out over the plate and a little bit lower than at the top of the zone. A little bit above belt height, so had a chance to really drive that pitch, but luckily for the Rangers, it went foul. Two and two. Looks like they're going to go ahead and call time here. Jonah Heim's going to go out there and see what exactly they want to do in this count. Rangers bullpen much maligned all year long for all the blown saves that they have had. They've had an ERA of 2.45 in the last 8 games. So, just as I said, this Rangers team has been playing better baseball, and one of the biggest reasons, aside from finally getting their lineup fully healthy, is that the Rangers bullpen is finally starting to perform a lot better. And just in the nick of time, too. Hopefully this can last into a postseason, but so far so good for Texas. 2.45 ERA in the last 8. We'll see if they're able to throw 3 scoreless here against the Mariners. The 2-2 pitch here from Heaney. Another high fastball, swing and a miss by France, and executing right there that fastball from Andrew Heaney. Nice work. Established a game plan for what they wanted to do and were able to execute on it. Very, very nice. First pitch here to Haggerty. 0 for 1 with a walk and a stolen base today. Well outside by about 1.5 feet. 1-0. Make it now 2-0 as that one misses up and in. Haggerty not chasing on either of those pitches. That one probably a little too far in for him to really be tempted to swing at it, though. Now 3-0. Another fastball right at the top of the zone. Misses by about 2 or 3 inches. We'll see if the Rangers get anybody up if it's a 4-pitch walk. And it's not, but we'll see if they get anybody up should he get on. 91 right at the top of the zone, maybe an inch or 2 above. Gets the friendly call for the 3-1 pitch. And now it's a walk with Haggerty getting his second walk of the day. It'll be Caballero next. Heaney unhappy with himself at that walk. See if he can work around it here. Really would like to get through this lineup without getting to Rodriguez until the next inning, if you can. Again, the Rangers clinch a postseason berth with a victory tonight. Nice fastball up and away right at the top of the zone. 0-1 now. Curious to see if they go right back to that same pitch. Caballero had that base hit his last time up. Looks like he goes with a changeup this time. Now 0-2 as he fouls this one down the first base side. Looks like they are going to get Jonathan Hernandez loose out there in the Rangers bullpen should this one start to get away from Heaney. My guess is he would be on to face Julio Rodriguez. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Nice work by Heim to pick that one and keep Haggerty there at first base. Looks like Hernandez is already pretty close to loose already, should they need him before that. The 1-2. Well inside. Up and in. It's now 2-2. Rangers scoring their 2 runs on solo home runs. Same thing with the Mariners. 2-1, Rangers lead it. The 2-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch right down Broadway. Kind of had him fooled with the sequence of how he was going about it. That might have been his first off-speed pitch that wasn't a changeup at the bottom of the zone. Been working primarily with that high fastball and just absolutely freezes Caballero right there. What was a very hittable pitch. Just couldn't do nothing with it. Wasn't expecting it at all. And Heaney executes that one. Has 2 strikeouts so far. First pitch here to Crawford. Lifted, popped up I should say. Foul territory over as Josh Young makes the catch just as he crosses onto the dirt. And that'll do it for the Mariners in the bottom half of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Texas. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Seattle. Michael, are you woke? Not a political question. I'll put it this way. I don't really. I've never really taken any time to consider what woke means to certain people. Um, all I get that people consider that is political, and so I usually don't mess with it. I'll put it that way. I just don't like to mix literally any politics one way or the other on this stream at all. But is there a place for that kind of stuff? Absolutely. Have I thought about creating channels for that kind of thing? Absolutely. But just not on this one. Looks like it'll be Tavares, Carter, and Simeon due up for the Rangers there. Heaney worked a very good seventh inning for Texas. Would like to have seen him not give up the walk, but able to get the couple of strikeouts though. Gabe Spire looks like he is coming in to face the lefties in the Rangers lineup here. Tavares, they'll see if they can flip him around to the right side. Carter, another lefty. We'll see if the Rangers go to the bench for Carter. They've done so to start games earlier in the Angels series anyway. We'll see if they go with Robbie Grossman instead of Carter. And then Marcus Semien, of course, the righty. And then you get a couple more lefties with Seager and Lowe. So this is the right spot to bring in the lefty. A couple of guys on home run watch for the Rangers, though. Coming up. Good, well-played game so far today. If you guys are new here, make sure you drop us a like. Hit the hearts in the chat if you'd like. Subscribe if you haven't already. We really do appreciate that. Got 63 of you guys with us. Welcome in, Kiki. Do you think Montgomery will pitch again? Not in the regular season. I think he's already done for the regular season. I think he'll be the Game 2 starter for the Rangers in the ALDS. Although I suppose he could pitch Game 1. But for my money, Dane Dunning's been pretty much money for the Rangers all season. I would give him the Game 1 start. If Eovaldi was playing like he did in the first half, Eovaldi would be my Game 1 starter. But instead, it'll be Dane Dunning, I believe, followed by Montgomery and Eovaldi. Then it becomes a question of whether or not John Gray is healthy to take that ball in Game 4. Or if they bring Martin Perez back into the rotation, or Heaney, or whatever they decide to do. Foul ball there by Tavares makes it 0-1. And this one misses up and away. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-1. Spire pitching on back-to-back days here for the Mariners. But every one of these games is huge for the Mariners. Going to have to see if they can get some extra innings out of him if they can. A Mariners supporting friend was saying how to defeat the Mariners. They only said put in a left-handed pitcher. Well, I would agree with that assessment. I mean, look at the low averages for a lot of the guys that they have in there in platoons right now. 1-2 pitch here to Tavares. Little tapper out there to second. Nice play by Caballero on to first. And that'll retire Tavares for the first out of the inning. Okay, do I support transgenders in sports? Never had to worry about that at the professional level. As far as like high school and stuff like that, that's where I guess the conversation for you is at. I'll put it this way. They're all kids at some point. So need to start taking those kinds of things into account. Now, as far as was it the Olympic swimmer that was one of the professionals in there, but a tapper there by Carter. Nice play there defensively for the second out of the inning here in the 8th. But I think there was one instance where a professional swimmer, or was it a college swimmer? In either event, the most of the time you're having to deal with this stuff is at the youth level, and at that point, things need to be a little bit more delicately handled than by a guy on a YouTube channel. I'll put it that way. Marcus Semien up with 2 away here in the 8th inning. Taps this one foul, third base side. That one misses low. It's now 1-1. Again, Rangers clinch a postseason berth with a win tonight. Their magic number would drop down to 1 with the victory. If they get that either a win or a Houston Astros loss the rest of the way this season, they would win the AL West. The 1-1 check swing, he went around and he knew it. 1-2. Oh, thank you, Charles. Maybe another time I'll answer that question. The 1-2 pitch here. Spire looking for a 1-2-3/8 for the Mariners. Misses low, but Semien able to hold off on that swing. It's going to be 2-2 now. Semien looking for his 30th home run of the season. Hit a big home run last night, giving him 29 on the year, 99 RBIs. Another one in the dirt. It's now 3-2. Full count here to Semien. Corey Seager on deck. Good Lord, these ads just keep popping up and down and up and down on this game day app. Do I think Montgomery will pitch the rest of the game? No, he is already out of the game, yes. To answer your question, Kiki, he is out of the game. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice off-speed pitch, low and away. Perfect location. Just got it past Marcus Semien. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mariners crowd giving him some appreciation for the nice work there. We'll see who the Rangers go to out of that bullpen. I'm wondering if we see Aroldis Chapman or if we see Jonathan Hernandez. We'll be curious to see which one they go with. I think they're going to go with more of a strikeout artist, probably from the right side. So if I had to guess, they're going to go with Jonathan Hernandez, just because it's going to be Julio Rodriguez, a righty. You got Eugenio Suarez, a righty, and then Teoscar Hernandez, a righty. And then I think you go with Aroldis Chapman in the 9th. I think that's how they'll go for the Rangers. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Texas. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Seattle. Texas looking to get their first playoff berth in over 6 years right now. And they're 6 outs away from doing it. What a big improvement it is for Texas to be in the position they are now. Told you guys at the beginning of the season, nope, they are going to go with Jose Leclerc. So they're flipping Chapman and Leclerc from how they used them the other night. They're going to put Leclerc in here in the 8th instead of Hernandez here. But we'll see how things go. Leclerc's been very dominant out of the bullpen for pretty much the last 2 months of the year. Has had a couple of blips in that time. The one that comes out to mind anyway was when they asked him to get back-to-back save opportunities against the Mets. He got the first one, he got back-to-back save opportunities. The first one against the Mets, I forget who the second was against. I want to say Milwaukee, and he coughed that one up. That was one of his 2 bad performances since August began. One of the few bullpen pieces that's actually worked well, besides Chris Stratton. But Chris Stratton, of course, really has been struggling for the better part of a week now. Julio Rodriguez is up first, 1 for 3 with the only home run of the game, the only run scored of the game for the Mariners today. Also has struck out. Got into that benches clearing situation with the Astros yesterday. Got 65 of you guys with us right now. Appreciate you guys joining us. Leclerc in 55 games has thrown 54 2/3 innings, a 2.8 earned run average, 64 strikeouts, and 28 walks. Remember his issues earlier in the year when he was the Rangers closer to begin the season was those walks. If he was able to limit those walks earlier in the year, he probably would have been able to stay as the Rangers closer. In essence, though, he really wasn't able to manage those issues. First pitch swinging, though, Leclerc gets Rodriguez to fly out on a deep slicing fly ball to Leody Taveras and a nice running catch. First out of the inning. That was a big out there Nice tracking that one down by Leote as that one continued just kind of slice and slice and slice and slice away from him all the way on the warning track, but able to track it down. One away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. One pitch, one away. First one here, wow, not called a strike. That was all the way in there, and that's the corner that they've been calling a strike, or at least the home plate umpire has been calling a strike today. Kind of the first mystifying call we've seen from the home plate umpire in a couple of innings. This one's popped up. This one's going to be right along the line, and Jonah Heim makes the catch. Eugenio Suarez wasn't even going to bother jogging to first. He just went ahead and started walking back to the dugout. But Jonah Heim makes the play. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Only 3 pitches thrown for Leclerc. They might let him go back out there for the 9th if he's going to be this effective. Teoscar Hernandez due up next. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. That one misses well outside, low and away though. 1-0. Mariners trying to mount a comeback here. Rangers in front on the strength of a Leote Tavares solo home run in the 3rd, a Adolis Garcia solo home run in the 4th. Mariners cut the lead in half, though, with a Julio Rodriguez home run off the glove of Adolis Garcia. Had a little bit of a snow cone on it, and then with the impact of the wall, caused the ball to dislodge from his glove and went for a home run. And that's kind of all the scoring we've really had. Both of the lineups played really well against both of the starting pitchers. Made both pitchers who were very effective in this game really work, throw a lot of pitches to a lot of hitters, a lot of 8 to 10 8 to 10 pitch at bats earlier this game, and got those starters out of there after 6. But both pitched very well. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Texas so far. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Mariners. As this one misses outside, 2-1. The next one is tapped back to the screen. Now 2-2. Leclerc looking for this first strikeout of the day. Got 68 of you guys with us right now. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. Tap that heart button in the chat if you don't mind. Really does help us out. Again, the Rangers with a win tonight clinch a postseason berth for the first time in over 6 seasons. The set by Leclerc. And the pitch. Slider at the bottom of the zone, hit hard but foul outside of the diving glove of Josh Young, and we'll do it again. Thankful for the Rangers that they weren't, or that one wasn't fair. If it was, probably would have been a double. Brock Burke is loosening out there should they need a lefty here. Second time he's been up tonight. The set by Leclerc, the 2-2 pitch. Nice Slambio pitch. That's one of his unique pitches that he throws. 85 on the outside corner, just a hair off the plate. Swing and a miss by Teoscar Hernandez for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the 9th. Texas in front. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Seattle. And it'll probably be Aroldis Chapman in the 9th for Texas, looking to lock down their first postseason berth in over 6 seasons. Let me hear you, Rangers fans. Tap that heart in the chat if you're looking forward to this, finally getting back into the postseason. Mariners, I know you need a little bit of a rally here after your hard charge to try to get back into the postseason. We'll see if your guys get there. Hit that like button if you're hoping for one of these 2 teams to get into the postseason. I know a lot of you guys are just enjoying some playoff baseball, seen some playoff level atmospheres around baseball the last couple of weeks. A pretty big game yesterday against the with the Astros and Mariners, benches clearing and all that. It's going to be a fun time for baseball right now, so thank you for pressing those hearts. See those popping up. Thank you very much. Gained a few subscribers so far while we're here, so appreciate you guys joining us and hitting that subscribe button. Again, we'll be bringing you a lot of live baseball games, some live postseason baseball games here at the Upside as well, so make sure you guys join us for those. And on Sunday, we'll have some football for you guys live as well. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. In the ninth, it'll be Seager, Lowe, and Garcia for the Rangers. Seager finally getting a base hit in his last at-bat, hitting .333 on the season. Along with Shohei Ohtani, probably the top two favorites for American League MVP. Nathaniel Lowe, 0 for 3 today, continues to struggle offensively. Adolis Garcia has been carrying this offense for the better part of the month of September, really since he came back from injury. He's been fantastic. He looks every bit the the catalyst in this lineup, if you will, that they have needed, a spark plug. He will be hitting third in this ninth inning. First pitch, of course, Corey Seager swings and misses at a ball beneath the zone. Very aggressive swing by Seager. Again, Mariners pitching taking advantage of that aggressiveness. 0-1. Another pitch beneath the zone, a little further outside. A little further low and away. Now 0-2. Welcome in, Manuel. Appreciate you guys joining us. Got 72 of you guys with us right now. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Tap that heart button if you're hoping for a rally for the Mariners or if you're hoping the Rangers finally get back into the postseason here today. All four pitches right now, all away to Corey Seager and outside of the strike zone, and he chases 3 of those 4. That's one thing I'd like to see Corey Seager work on. I'm sure that coaches will work with him on that after the game. It's not often you have to tell Corey Seager, hey, we noticed something in your swing. You might want to start noticing yourself. But he's been fantastic all season. Has only really struggled in the month of September. But we shall see if he's able to make those adjustments before they get to the postseason. One away with Nathaniel Lowe coming up. Fastball right on the outside, or right on the outer half of the plate, I should say. 0-1. Thank you guys for the likes. Appreciate that. The 0-1 pitch well inside. Almost hit him on the hands. And it's 1-1. Welcome in, Edav. Appreciate you for joining us. Or I'm guessing E-Dave. Edav. 33 anyway. Another Let's Go Rangers. Remember to tap that heart and hit that like button if you're hoping for the Rangers to finally get into the postseason for the first time in over 6 seasons. Swing and a miss by Nathaniel Lowe. 2-2 now. You can't jinx it at this point. I don't believe in an announcer's jinx, but I do believe in it whenever it is convenient to me. I'll put it that way. It's always fun to blame the announcer when I'm watching a football game on Sunday, and of course they got the first down because of course the kicker missed the kick because you mentioned he didn't have a missed kick in over 30 kicks. So we'll see. Dave, okay, gotcha. Looks like we're going to get a mound visit here after the strikeout there of Nathaniel Lowe. Nice work there by Gabe Spire. Inning and 2/3 work. He was fantastic. 3 strikeouts, only 20 pitches thrown. He was effective for the Mariners out of that bullpen. And they'll go get somebody to face Adolis here. Probably the hottest hitter in the lineup right now for Texas. Only 3 hits in the game so far for Texas. Got 84 of you guys with us right now. Appreciate you guys joining us. Make sure you guys hit that like in the chat as well. Hit the like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. We're going to try to bring you some more live baseball the rest of the season as we wind down the MLB season. We're going to have the Texas Rangers and Seattle Mariners again tomorrow. Texas with a chance to win the division tomorrow, no matter what the result of this game is. Kiki hoping Seattle can score, and Montgomery get out back in the game. Hoping Seattle score and Montgomery get out back in the game. Okay, so you're hoping Seattle would score against Montgomery. You thought your team was going to do better against him. He wasn't giving up hard contact. His issue was he was missing the plate quite a bit and was starting to lose some of that effectiveness finding the zone. It wasn't necessarily about him, giving up hard contact. But I get your point. If you're rooting for Seattle, you still want to see your team manage to stay in this postseason picture. Looks like they're going to go with Andres Munoz for the Seattle Mariners. Looks like Aroldis Chapman is loosening for the 9th inning for the Texas Rangers. Only 3 outs left to get. Chilly night there in Seattle. A lot of the players in long sleeves. Munoz this year in 50 games has thrown 47 2/3 innings, a 2.83 earned run average, 65 strikeouts in only 47 innings. That's impressive. 21 walks and a 2.18 batting average against. Rangers need to win tonight and tomorrow and then throw the last 2 games to eliminate the Astros. Well, they could do that, but then Houston could just win their own games and not have to worry about it. Need 1 more strike for my parlay. I don't care who wins. Okay. So you're looking for one more strikeout. Well, you got Aroldis Chapman. I think you're going to be doing well. Welcome in, Chris. I don't agree with you there. I would say that they really respected the offense the Rangers had. I think they respected the money they spent. The players that they brought in, I thought they said, hey, they got some good names, but I think all of the national media basically was saying, these guys are washed or have injury issues, and they have, don't get me wrong, but we'll see, we'll see who's laughing last. I'll put it that way. Jesus, come on, Garcia hit a home run. Well, he's hit a bunch of them so far this season. Swing and a miss on that one, and Munoz is quickly ahead, 1-2 here. Again, with a win tonight, Rangers clinch a postseason berth. The look in here by Munoz, the righty is set. The 1-2 pitch. This one's hard hit, left field. Going back is more, but in front of the warning track, he has room and makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. It's time for Aroldis Chapman. Coming in out of that bullpen, Mariners will have Raleigh, Moore, and France coming up. And this will likely mean, with the lefty coming in, that they're not going to bring in Kelenic to come in there to pinch hit with the lefty coming in. So like one of our commenters said, you asked, what does it take to beat the Mariners? Just throw a lefty out there? Well, they got a lefty closer coming in, so we'll see if they're able to capitalize on the situation. Rangers are 3 outs away from clinching their first postseason berth in over 6 seasons. Who had the Rangers winning the AL West? Their magic number to do so is down to 2. With a victory tonight, it'll be down to 1. Welcome in, Arab. Are Rangers winning or not? Someone help me out. Just bet a lot. Well, the Rangers are winning right now 2-1. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Texas. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Seattle. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Got about 87 of you guys with us. All right. Starting to get some viewers again. How about that? Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, we'll be live tomorrow with the second game of this 4-game series, with Texas with a chance to win the AL West tomorrow. Looks like Chapman's pretty close to ready as the commercials wind down here. Cal Raleigh has the power to be able to change the game in one swing, so we'll see what happens here. He has had some success has had some success against the Rangers as well. Hit a 3-run home run in Texas earlier in the last series. Do I think they'll close the game out? I do. Appreciate it, Jesus. 3 more outs. Bullpen has been shaky. Not lately. The last 8 games, 2.45 ERA for the Rangers bullpen. And they've gotten some good performances out of pieces that were not giving them good pieces, or earlier anyway, or giving them good performances. The only shaky one over the last, couple of weeks would be Chris Stratton. Before that, he was nails for them when everybody else was going through their difficulties. Will Smith looks like he's on the road to getting back to being effective again. Appreciate you guys joining us. Got about 90 of you guys with us right now. Appreciate that. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit the heart in the chat if you don't mind. Really does help us out. See if we can get this stream over 100 viewers. Looks like we're at 96 right now. Wow, here we go. Looks like Chapman is set. Raleigh is digging in. First pitch here. Misses low and in. Ball 1 to Cal Raleigh. Now remember, Chapman does walk his fair share of batters. He will be wild every now and again, but he's effectively wild when he's at his best. What I mean by that is he'll throw a ball that's inside by about 2 or 3 feet, and then he'll nail that corner just right. Has a good off-speed pitch. Nice hard hit ball just over the head of Corey Seager into left center. Base hit here to get things started in the 9th for the Mariners. And the tying run is on first base. The go-ahead run is at the plate. Mariners looking for a walk-off here. Dylan Moore is next. 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout today. First pitch, slider, right down Broadway, 0-1. Welcome in, Adam. Rooting for the Mariners, huh? Got 100 of y'all with us right now. We finally got it over that 100 mark. Appreciate you guys for joining us. The 0-1 tapper out to shortstop. Gets past Corey Seager. Runners now on first and second. And now the Rangers have some concerns out there. Couple of ducks on the pond. And now you got Ty France. Good home run hitter coming up. Some weak, well, I wouldn't say weak contact. Just found the right hole there. The classic seeing eye single. There's a wild pitch. That one goes back to the backstop, and another piece of padding falls down. Come on, Seattle, lock down that padding a little bit, shall we? It's now 1-0 here to Ty France with first base open. Curious to see if they decide to intentionally walk him, load the bases for Haggerty. That one should have been blocked, though, by Jonah Heim. Even if it was a wild pitch by Chapman, that wasn't exactly a grotesque wild pitch at all. Mariners crowd loving this. Everybody on their feet. The 1-0. Inside, ball 2. Francis 0 for 3 in the game with a strikeout. Looking at a push. Now 3-0 here as that one misses. A little bit wild here so far. Tough environment here for Chapman, but he's used to it. But he hasn't been in it in a while. So remember, he did not finish the season with the Yankees last year. Was basically sent home. Looking to kind of reestablish things here. Jonah Heim going out there just to have a little bit of a chat. See how they want to go about it. Just go ahead and put France on. No outs, Isaiah. There are no outs. Welcome in, Isaiah. Andrew. If I'm the Rangers, honestly, I just go ahead and give him the intentional pass and go ahead and try to take my chances with Haggerty. And try to get the force at home. See if I can get the double play that way. Well, it's because it was the righties that were in the lineup that he had to face. Rodriguez, Suarez, and Hernandez. You wanted to keep the lefties on the bench. There's ball 4. Not concerned with that one. He's always been this wild, though, Dreadnought. Bochy saying, go out there and talk again. Looks like they're probably going to go ahead and let Chapman finish this one. I'm not sure they would have anybody else come into this. Bases are loaded for the Mariners. Nobody out. Jonathan Hernandez is loosening for the Rangers. Wonder if they're either buying time or letting him just finish this off. We shall see. And now comes Bochy, so maybe it is going to be a pitching change. Yep, they're going to make a call to the bullpen. They're going to go with Hernandez. Wow. A little bit of a surprise. Sacrifice fly incoming. I don't know. Got 136 of you guys with us right now. Appreciate you guys joining us. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bases loaded, nobody out. 2 runs in for the Rangers so far today, 1 for Seattle. All of the runs coming off a solo home run. But Mariners' best chance of the game right now. Rangers sure did back themselves into a corner this half inning. Best case scenario right now, if you're the Rangers, is you're hoping you get a double play and get the out at home, is what you're hoping for, or a strikeout and then a double play. Hernandez has been good recently, has avoided walks, and that's why he's starting to be trusted a little bit more. But Seattle does look like they have the best chance right now to be able to get this thing done. Seattle's going to walk it off guaranteed. Well, we'll see. But the ball is certainly in their court right now. Haggerty's already taken a couple of walks so far today. Hernandez did struggle with issuing walks earlier in the game, or earlier this season. Bochy tripping by using Chapman as a closer. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome back, Zachary. But as far as using Chapman as a closer, I mean, they've used him occasionally as a closer. They've used Leclerc in that role. They've used Will Smith in that role. They've tried Brock Burke at times. It's not been a really set position at that spot. Looks like Hernandez is just about set, and they're going to get a pinch hitter here. More of a power hitter, and Mike Ford coming in for Haggerty. This is part of the reason why he wanted Chapman to avoid the pinch hitters from coming into the game. Chapman, of course, couldn't get the job done. So instead of going to Will Smith, who's been rocky, to put it kindly, as of late, they go with Hernandez and allow the pinch hitters instead. Game of strategies. Need the Rangers to take the dub. We shall see. Mike Ford coming in again as the pinch hitter here. Bases loaded in the 9th. Big swing. Off-speed pitch. Gets past him for strike 1. The set by Hernandez. And the pitch. Off the handle. Jammed him. This one will get out into shallow center. Coming on as Tavares makes the play. He flips it into low anyway, just to make sure. 1 out now in the 9th. And all the Rangers need here is a double play. That was a very, very big out by Jonathan Hernandez. Looks like we're going to get another pinch hitter. Josh Rojas comes in for Jose Caballero. Got 160, 170 viewers right now. Make sure you guys hit that heart if you're enjoying the game. Like the video and hit that subscribe if you have not already. Bases loaded, bottom of the 9th. Texas leads it 2-1. Chapman gave up the bases loaded, and now they gone to the bullpen with Hernandez. First pitch, ouch. Fouled off his ankle. Rojas kind of running around a little bit to kind of loosen it up. Ouch, that one looked like it hurt. He's going to take a minute here. Strike 1, though, either way. Thank you for all those hearts. Really appreciate that. 190 of you guys right now. Rangers, Mariners, really trying to get this one locked down either way. Playoff atmosphere definitely on the line right now. Looks like Rojas is finally back in the batter's box. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup there. Hernandez has been nailed so far since he's come in. 0-2 count now with a strikeout. The Rangers would be 1 out away. Here we go. We'll see if they're able to get it done. Wow. Hernandez looks good so far. The 0-2 pitch. Inside, off speed, trying to see if he could get him to chase. And he does not. 1-2 is the count now. Over 200 viewers right now. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Hit those hearts in the chat. Come on, I know you guys are enjoying the game. The 1-2 popped up. Third base side going out is Young. Will he have room? He does. Makes the catch. 2 outs. The runner does not go to the plate, and still a 2-1 ball game. Bases loaded still. Back-to-back big outs for Jonathan Hernandez. Come on now. Who thought the Rangers would be able to get out of the bases loaded, nobody out jam here in the 9th? What a play by Young, making a stab at that one. Seager immediately pointing to home to throw it there just in case the runner would break. Wow. What a finish to this one, no matter who wins at this point. 1 out left to get, and it's going to be up to J.P. Crawford to get it done for the Mariners. 1 for 4 on the day. With a win, the Rangers get a postseason berth for the first time in 6+ years. 0-1 as that one finds the zone. This one just misses the outside corner. Ouch. That was close. 1-1 is the count here. Big moment here for the Rangers. 1-1 count here to Crawford, the Mariners' leadoff hitter. The pitch. Fly ball left field. Carter is there. And it's over his head. That's the ball game. Wow. Suarez on his knees, praying to the gods. Big RBI double there for Crawford to win it. And the Mariners take it in the bottom of the 9th with a walk-off double. What a game. What a 9th inning, really. Absolute great game either way. Even as a Rangers fan, the bullpen had played really well. Really like what you've seen out of Jonathan Hernandez, able to get back into that spot. Doesn't give up any walks to allow them any cheap victories and forces them to hit it over their defense, and they get it done. I'm curious why Evan Carter was playing a little bit shallow there. Not the first time we've seen that from a Rangers outfielder. Don't have to remind anybody about 2011, the World Series. Nelson Cruz letting that ball get over his head. But Carter was a little too far in. He was shaded a little bit around to the right. Just had a little too far to go. And just couldn't get there in time. And the Mariners take the lead in the 9th and win it 3-2. Chapman takes the loss for the Rangers. He's 6-5 on the year. His wildness in this one cost the Rangers once again. But what a game. Rangers will have a chance still to win the division tomorrow. This game would have clinched the postseason for them, but instead they'll have to wait one more day. But we shall see. Let us know in the comments section what you guys think. Who ultimately wins the AL West? Houston, Texas, Seattle, do you think they get into the postseason? It's been a fun year. They played much better than what we all pretty much thought they would be to start the year. And overcoming the injury to Robbie Ray. Big year for Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Bryce Miller. They've gotten some great performances out of that rotation. But a big come-from-behind victory in the 9th. 1 run off of the Rangers starter, Jordan Montgomery, solo shot off of a snow cone catch by Garcia. The only reason it popped out of his glove at that point in the 4th was because he banged into the wall and the glove allowed that ball to come loose for the home run. And then the 2-run double there in the 9th by J.P. Crawford. Appreciate you guys joining us. We'll be live for you guys again tomorrow night with the second game of this series, Seattle versus Texas. Texas with a chance to win their first division crown in several years. Appreciate you guys for joining us. And yes, this bullpen does cough it up, but again, a good night for Jonathan Hernandez. and Jose Leclerc, but the Mariners just able to overcome Aroldis Chapman. We'll see if he comes back out again tomorrow to get some retribution. But again, great game, start to finish. Seattle takes Game 1 of this series, though, 3-2. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. We'll be live again for you guys tomorrow night, so make sure you join us for that as well. The game will start at about 9 o'clock tomorrow, so make sure you join us here. Hit that like and subscribe, heart in the chat if you really enjoyed this live as well. We appreciate those of you who joined us, and if you're new here to the Upside, we'll see you again tomorrow night. Again, Mariners win this one in the bottom of the ninth, a walk-off victory for them, 3-2. Seattle takes it.